How are we doing? Do you want me to stand, Michelle? I assume you weren't just swearing at your mother-in-law. I'd like to apologise for those of you who are hearing elements of this speech for the second time, but then you need to consider my poor wife, who is hearing this for about the 50th time. So. When Dan told me he was having a second wedding this summer, I naturally assumed that was because he wanted a second honeymoon, and all the perks that went with it. However, it's been a wonderful excuse to spend more time with Dan and Michelle's family and friends. Having got to know Michelle's family a bit better, I can see why Dan's enjoyed living with them. What may have started out as a good idea for Michelle's parents to spend time checking out their future son-in-law has ended up as a much better deal for Dan, being cooked for and washed for and having all his cleaning done. Most people I know have a fairly tenuous relationship with their parents-in-law, but through the generosity and kindness of Michelle's parents, they have made it easy for Dan to settle into the family. Now, Rose, is it okay that when Dan moves out that I move in? It's okay, you don't have to let me know now, otherwise everyone else will get jealous. Just Facebook me or something. She's clearly a special lady. Dan, your parents are obviously immensely proud of you as well, and what you have achieved. Michelle, they're equally as proud to be welcoming such a vivacious young woman into their family. With both of you as lawyers, you will have to work hard, and there may be difficult periods in your career when it will be even more important to have the support and guidance of each other. There will be times when you lose focus, but remember, you always achieve more working together. Have you heard the one about the two lawyers who got married? You haven't, actually. Every time they had an argument, 12 people had to decide who was right. I'd like to share a sort of short story that might give you a little insight into Dan's desire to be with Michelle. When he was working with Dewey and LaBeouf for the first time, before they went bankrupt, the company went through an extended period of redundancies because of the recession. Even voluntary redundancies were offered. So, I got a weekly phone call from Dan saying he was really stressed, but he'd managed to pass through the most recent set of redundancies and he'd done really, really well, clearly impressed his bosses. And these redundancies they went on for quite an extended period, so he was getting really stressed by the end of it. So when actually they stopped the redundancies, he was pretty happy. Of course, about a month after that, Michelle decided that she wanted to go travelling around Africa, so Dan quit his job. Dan and Michelle clearly make a wonderful couple. They share a passion for travel and adventure. It's easy to get caught up in their optimism for making the world a better place. Guys, it's been a real privilege watching your relationship develop, and you really are perfect for each other, though Dan, you may have punched slightly above your weight. Remember, though, true love is the most precious entity in the world. You must work hard to keep it. So before the final toast, I'd just like to leave you all with something to think about. The Dalai Lama made a pretty special quote, which actually pertained to war, but I think it translates incredibly well to the necessary altruistic nature of marriage. If you wish to experience peace, provide peace for another. If you wish to know that you are safe, cause another to know that they are safe. If you wish to better understand seemingly incomprehensible things, help another to better understand. If you wish to heal your own sadness or anger, seek to heal the sadness or anger of another. So for the final time, let us raise our glasses and celebrate love and happiness and toast to the wonderful marriage of Dan and Michelle. Dan and Michelle.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have one final speech left here this evening. No?
That's it.
You sure? You sure you don't want to do one?
Do one.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. Let's have a huge round of applause for all the speakers here this evening. They've been brilliant. Well, I've just been informed that there's